Welcome back to our journey through the fascinating world of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime's Light Novel. Let's continue from the last part, where we left.
Gradam led the Magical Beast Division to do something new. They used special DNA technology to catch and train magical creatures. These creatures became strong allies for the Empire, trained to be ridden in battle. This was a first for the Empire, using magical beasts this way. The riders were the Empire's best fighters, with the strength of ancient heroes in their blood. Not many had this gift, so the division was small, about 30,000. But these riders and their amazing mounts were a powerful team, even if they weren't many. Yuki's composite division was made up of people with special hidden talents. Some thought they didn't work well together, but each person was really strong on their own. They had abilities that no one else could copy, which made them hard to lead but great in a fight. It wasn't clear how strong they could be, but they were definitely important to the division. Yuki made the division better by focusing on having fewer, but better, members, about 200,000, with half ready to go into battle. There was also a group of the best fighters who were very loyal to Yuki, and they were the heart of the division. The Empire had 3 strong military divisions ready to mobilize over 1 million soldiers upon the Emperor's command. In contrast, the Western nations could gather only about 400,000 troops, according to the latest intelligence. Moreover, logistical challenges might prevent them from acting as a unified force. This meant the Empire's well-trained troops vastly outnumbered their opponents. At the forefront of this formidable force was Caligulio's armored division. Caligulio planned to lead his own carefully chosen troops into battle, totaling 1 million soldiers. This force included the restructured Armor Corps, the main division armed with advanced technology and magical enhancements from other worlds. Each soldier was individually powerful, with ranks ranging from C+ to A. Second, the Magitank force was their most powerful asset, consisting of 3,000 Magitanks, a cutting-edge Imperial weapon. Each tank, operated by a crew of 5, boasted a powerful main armament called a Magicannon, capable of firing bolts at incredible speeds. These bolts, although magically propelled, were essentially metal balls that could penetrate even anti-magic barriers and defenses. With a capacity of 50 bolts per tank and a firing rate of up to 5 times a minute, they delivered devastating blows equivalent to high-speed flame spells. This force, comprising 200,000 soldiers and support staff, posed a significant challenge to any defense due to its mass-based offense, providing a major advantage on the battlefield. Finally, the Flying Combat Corps was tasked with operating highly classified weapons, including 400 flying airships, a marvel of Imperial technology influenced by otherworldly knowledge. Each airship accommodated up to 400 individuals, with a crew of 50 managing navigation while the rest handled defense and weaponry. These airships were armed with magically enhanced cannons, making them formidable warships capable of both offense and defense, as well as serving as transportation vessels. With no significant anti-air defense in this world, the Empire could exploit air superiority to transport troops and execute pincer attacks, revolutionizing conventional tactics. The Corps, comprising 100,000 personnel, primarily consisted of former members of the disbanded Magic Division. With an abundance of soldiers at his command, Caligulio felt invincible. He believed that even the average knight could be strengthened to a higher rank with the right training and magical modifications. He planned to deploy all available Magitanks and airships, confident in overwhelming any opposing force. Despite concerns about Veldora and the demon lord Rimuru, Caligulio remained focused on showcasing the might of the armored division. When Yuki expressed agreement with Caligulio during the Imperial Council meeting, Caligulio became suspicious, believing Yuki aimed to nominate himself for a crucial task. As Yuki discussed intelligence regarding Rimuru's city and the dungeon, Caligulio's suspicions grew, sensing Yuki's ulterior motives. Now Ghidorah claims Rimuru is a threat, and there's a rumor about the labyrinth having 100 floors with Veldora as its guardian on the deepest level. However, Ghidorah's investigation stopped at the 60th floor due to losses. Yuki suggests further investigation, and the nobles discuss involving the composite division. Caligulio, feeling provoked, stands up and boldly requests the Emperor's order to begin conquest, causing a stir in the chamber. Gradam and Yuki also join in, seeking deployment orders. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial Marshal intervenes, silencing them and reminding them of the Emperor's presence. In the Empire, the Marshal held the highest power, known for her strength. Only a select few knew her true identity, as her name and rank remained secret. Her words commanded instant silence in the meeting hall as everyone paid their respects. Questioning Yuki, she criticized the Empire's inaction against Veldora, attributing it to fear and excuses from some old folks. Yuki attempted to justify, but the Marshal dismissed it, accusing Ghidorah of contributing to the hesitation, to which he nervously agreed. Everyone knew deep down that the Marshal's words were true, and even Ghidorah couldn't deny it. He had advocated for avoiding battle rather than confronting the Storm Dragon, leaving him feeling guilty. Despite his unease, Ghidorah sensed the Marshal's impatience, though he couldn't understand why. Her stern tone sent shivers down his spine, making him wonder if she had noticed him. As a senior member of the Empire, he felt a pang of fear in her presence, realizing he didn't even know her name. This made him question his own significance within the Empire, prompting him to reconsider the true nature of the Emperor's rule. Then Marshal turned to Caligulio and asked if he was sure they could win the battle. At first, Caligulio was excited, but he got nervous in front of the Marshal. He started to doubt his plan to beat the enemy with lots of soldiers. Caligulio had a good plan to fight the Storm Dragon, though. He thought they could beat Veldora by using a special team from the Armor Corps. He knew dragons like Veldora were strong because of their magic, but he didn't think they had to fight them head-on. He wanted to use smart tactics to find and attack the dragon's weak spots, showing how powerful the Empire was. Caligulio and his force had a hidden plan using a new technology called a magic canceller beam. This device scattered magicules wildly, disrupting spells and weakening magical beings like dragons. Their magitanks, armed with powerful magic cannons, could swiftly defeat even formidable foes. Additionally, their airships, with unmatched speed, ensured no creature could escape them. These innovations fueled Caligulio's unwavering confidence in their victory. Caligulio's plan against Veldora was involved luring him into the forest using quick forces to activate magic cancellors, weakening him. Then, Magitanks would launch a powerful attack to ensure his defeat. Despite his confidence, when explaining to the Marshal, Caligulio stumbled over his words, realizing he lacked specifics. He relied on sheer numbers and planned to sort out details later, banking on the tank's mobility. Yet, facing the Marshal, he felt pressured to provide accurate information. Then realized he overlooked on-site investigations, admitting his failure. The Marshal criticized his plan, questioning what would happen after defeating Veldora. Caligulio, confused, couldn't grasp her point. She explained that the Empire waited for Veldora's revival to assert its dominance over him, emphasizing the need to defeat and control him for victory. After hearing that, Ghidorah felt deeply disturbed. Is the Marshal serious? Despite knowing it was impossible to mentally dominate Veldora, her words seemed strangely convincing, filling him with an eerie sense of dread. Reflecting on his encounters with her, Ghidorah realized he never questioned why he didn't know her name. He began to suspect the truth the Marshal possessed a formidable ability to control minds, surpassing even his own sorcery skills. With a sense of horror, he acknowledged this unsettling possibility, envisioning her as a terrifying entity akin to a true dragon in human form, a notion he quickly dismissed from his thoughts. The council room was quiet. Then Yuki stood up to share his idea. Even though everyone was nervous, Yuki didn't hesitate. He suggested that the armored division should start their attack from the forest of Jura and move towards the demon lord Rimuru's army, which was getting ready near the great Ameld River. Rimuru's soldiers were in a town by the river, gearing up for battle. The Empire planned to move between the Kanat Mountains and the forest of Jura. They avoided the forest's east side because it had no paths and would take too long to cross. Their goal was to get to the Dwarven Kingdom's main gate and then go south along the Ameld River. That's where they would meet Rimuru's army and start the fight. Caligulio raised a concern about Yuki's plan. Hold on, Sir Yuki. If we move through the forest, the people of Dwargon might spot us. They're friends with Rimuru, and if we attack him, they might fight us too. He was worried because they had picked the forest path so they wouldn't upset Dwargon. But getting stuck between the forest and the river would mean losing their strong position. Even with flying ships, it would be hard to get supplies to soldiers who were surrounded. That's why Caligulio questioned Yuki's plan. Yet, Yuki didn't seem worried at all. He replied, "It's okay, Sir Caligulio. We're not going after Rimuru's place, we're heading to Dwargon itself. If King Gazelle doesn't accept what we propose, then they're not our allies, right? So we shouldn't let them be." Yuki's bold idea to attack Dwargon left Caligulio and the others in shock. The council started to worry about the people who might get hurt and how tough Dwargon's defenses were. But Yuki wasn't worried at all. He knew they had strong tanks, and Dwargon mostly had magic to protect itself. Caligulio thought about what Yuki said and saw that it made sense. They were thinking about attacking the Dwarven Kingdom by going straight for the central entrance. This way, they would surprise the dwarves and stop any help from getting to Rimuru's town. By doing this, they would keep the town safe and stop the dwarves from helping out. Yuki talked more about why this was a good idea, and Caligulio agreed. He saw that if they planned it right, they could surprise their enemies and have a better chance of winning.
That's it for today, guys, and thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for next chapter. Until then, goodbye.